Another closure we use a lot is the hook and bar. There are two main types of hook and bar. There's a skirt hook and bar, and then this is a regular hook and bar. The skirt hook and bar are wider and flatter, and we use them on waistbands, on skirts, and even on pants, at the fly sometimes. So you might have seen these on things you have. These are just the regular sort of small hook and bar, and they are used more for closures like the front of a bodice or the back of a bodice around the neck, and they're just a little smaller and will hold less force. The skirt hook and bar should be attached to the fabric so that the fabric overlaps into a circle, and you want to make sure that the hook and bar are on opposite sides of the fabric so that they can pull into each other, and the pressure around the garment keeps it in place. So I'm going to show you how to sew on the skirt hook and bar, and then the smaller hook and bar is just the same principle, and so we'll just do the skirt hook and bar. So you want to have your thread doubled and tie your knot like we've done for our other closures. So, and then trim your tail. And I'm going to just put the hook part, which is the bigger sort of hook looking one, just above this one on one end of the fabric. And they should always be sort of right along the edge of the fabric, like that, so it hooks and pulls and there's not like a flap of fabric overlapping. So you're just going to start similar to the snaps. You're going to stitch up through the holes, and you're going to do each of the smaller side holes maybe 3 times, and then you're just going to stitch up into the other side hole and do that. And unlike the snap, we're going to tie off and cut our thread and go to the next hole instead of stitching to the next hole. So you want to just do your regular tie off right next to your thread, taking a stitch, wrapping around your needle and pulling, and then another stitch, and then you're going to cut that, and you're going to retie a knot in your thread. And then move on to this sort of back hole right here. So you're just gonna stitch, and you should do that probably 4 or 5 times. And then you're gonna tie off. And then you're gonna knot one more time. And then do the last set of holes on the other side. And then come up in the other hole. and then tie off one more time. All right, so that's the hook portion secured, and then next we're gonna do the bar, which is on the other side of the fabric at the other end. So the bar portion of the hook and bar is gonna get sewn on exactly the same way as the two sides of the hook. So you're gonna hold your bar in place at the end, and with your knotted thread, pull, stitch up through the hole. And then about 3 times in each hole, and then stitch up into the other side. And then you're going to tie that off. Cut that. Then you're going to tie your thread one more time. And stitch on the other side. And then you're going to tie that side off. And that is the bar. So it will hook into there. And hold that little waistband closed.